Hello, AP readers.
Let me guess, you're here to talk about why I should read a book when it's just gonna be such a drag and a total waste of my time. I have more important things to do, like play Fortnite.
Dude, you're already rejecting a book I haven't even discussed yet. That's the whole point of this video. It's to tell you that it is worth your time. Not all books are Romeo and Juliet. Also, that's not good for your brain. So listen up!
Fine. Let's get this over with.
So, here's the deal. This book is a dystopian novel known as The Road. It is a classic novel by Cormac McCarthy, and it is critically acclaimed. The story is about a man and his son as they travel across the desolate wasteland that was once the world we live in today. So how does that sound for reading? Does that sound cool? Great, then listen up.
No, I didn't agree to this.
Too bad, you're stuck here. Anyways, as I was saying before, the story is about a man and his son as they travel across a ravaged and ruined Earth. It is never really explained why the Earth was turned into an apocalyptic nightmare or how it was turned into one. All that we know is that everything is burnt and destroyed. It is so bad that there are bodies everywhere.
So, what are the names of the dad and kid?
That is never revealed either. What we do know about them is that the area they were living in is not safe anymore, nor is there a sufficient amount of resources to survive off of. As such, they must travel to a new location along a road, possibly one that was mapped out by the father. Hence why this book is The Road. They have to do all this by foot, by the way. All of the world's cars are gone. They also have a scarce amount of resources to live off of. This includes scarcity in clothing, medicine, and even worse, food. All they have to carry these goods is a shopping cart. That may not sound like much, but it's all they've got. The only way in which they can really get food is by finding it in abandoned warehouses, stores, or even worse, from other people. The only support they have during this rough and arduous journey is each other. They have no one else to back them up because in this apocalyptic world, it's every man for himself. People don't trust other people in this world because they might go behind their backs one day and steal their food and resources.
Or even worse,
They might kill them and make
them into food.
Yes, that's right. I'm talking
About cannibalism.
Sounds kind of dark, right? So as such, the son and father must remain vigilant at all times, because they will never know if someone sneaks up on them in their sleep, take all of their goods and kill them, and turn them into a homemade dessert. As you might expect out of any kid living in this type of nightmare, the kid is really scared. However, he's not the only one who is scared. His father is also worried, but he is more worried about his son than himself. The father literally told the son that if he died, then he would die too. The son means everything to the father, and the father means everything to the son. As Cormac McCarthy put it, each were the other's entire world.
Wow, that sounds interesting. I might actually want to read it. Can I go home?
Nope. We gotta talk about themes. So, aside from the dark existential notion that one day the world will end and everyone will die and those surviving will live a nightmare of a life, there is one theme that really stood out to me.
And what might that be?
It is the power of the bond between parent and child.
Let me guess. It has something to do with the power of love.
You, sir, are correct. As I said earlier, the father and the son are each other's entire world, as McCarthy puts it. The father and son have a lot of things they need to face. As I said earlier, they have to deal with those crazy cannibals out there, as well as making sure they have enough food to survive. However, they must also deal with the harsh weather. Although the world is described as being burnt, it is winter. And you know what that means? Cold weather! When I say that, I mean like freezing cold weather. And there are many instances where the cold weather tries and gets the better of these two travelers, and indeed there are instances where the son wants to give up on staying alive, and instances in which the father wants to give up on staying alive. However, the father refuses to yield to whatever life throws at him because he knows that it is his duty to protect his son, and for that to happen, he must not die. Likewise, the son doesn't want to die so that he may be with his father. Although food is what keeps them from starving to death, it can be said that the most important form of sustenance they have is their love for one another. It is ultimately this love towards each other that drives them to keep on going. And in the end, it is because of that love that they're able to get from point A to point B on the road.
So, as someone who read this book, what are some things you liked?
Well, first of all, it's a dystopian novel. I love dystopian novels. Second, I like how it's about the power of the love between a son and the father. The father, as I said earlier, cares more about his son than himself. It reminded me of just how much parents are willing to sacrifice in real life to ensure that their kids, like me and you, are happy and successful. Trust me, a parent's love for their child is underrated. There is a reason why they terrify teachers so much. And third, I liked it because it shows how despite living in a gruesome world, the son and the father were able to remain optimistic and reach the end of their journey. It reminds me so much of how it pays off to be optimistic. And it is definitely a lesson I can apply to living in a world that is ruled by COVID-19 and pessimism.
And what about things you didn't like?
Things I didn't like. There wasn't really anything I hated about it. One thing I didn't like was that the names of the father and the child were never mentioned, nor was it mentioned how the world ever ended. The dialogue had no quotations from beginning to end of a character's sentences, much like how you would expect there to be, making it a little hard to know who was talking and when they were talking, and when someone else was talking. However, after reading some more, I kind of got over that and was able to differentiate more easily. Aside from that, I liked it. So tell me, do you change your mind?
I guess so.
Glad to hear it.
Read it now!
And that's all, folks.